Welcome to Puzzling Company, your home for at-home puzzles and mysteries. Here are your hosts, Jared and Zach.
It's been a long time, Puzzling Company fam. It's been a long time. We have not disappeared into the darkness. We have been waiting, working, biding our time for a time such as this to tell you that we're going to continue waiting and biding our time.
That's an excellent update if I've ever heard one. We've been hiding and waiting. We're still going to do that, but just know that we are doing that.
I just felt like it was so long. There's been so much transition for Zach and I right now. And we just wanted to get on the mics, turn them on, and talk about what's going on, honestly, because we started having this conversation with the mics off, and I was like, no, like let's be real. Let's not like try to plan this out too much, but we just, we missed doing this. We missed talking to you all. We missed playing a game, which we have been making games for 6 or 8 months now, but we have not been playing them.
No.
And I feel like a lot of the creators that we talk to who have this backlog of games that don't get to play anymore. And I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
No.
What was the last game you played? Like
Wow.
anything, not just you and me. I know I just finished up The Last Campfire on PC.
I think if we're talking about games that we played for like Puzzling Company.
That would fall under puzzle.
Technically, it was when we covered Hogwarts Legacy.
Oh, yeah.
I would say, but if you're talking about like an actual like in-house or like a in-person game that we've played, I think honestly it might have been when you and I played Odes on Bot, like Josh's game, which has been November of last year.
It's been a hot minute.
Yeah.
So I think the big question is like, what have we been doing in that gap? We have, as of next week, we'll have 2 new completed escape rooms.
Yep.
At Murfreesboro. So we'll have our 2-player Pasta Way game, and then we're about to open a 2 to 5 player game featuring cats called The Perfect Crime.
Mm-hmm.
And that and Zach's new job and quote unquote the what are they called? The new flavor. The new flavor has been graduating high school.
Yes.
And in the midst of all of that, we've kind of just paused. And I want everybody to know we're going to continue on that pause for a little bit as we finish out the summer, as everybody kind of gets situated. Zach, you're moving.
I am. Closer
back to work now.
Yeah, it's nice. I've been near Nashville, so I'm driving about 30 minutes every day. So I'm going to get my own 1-bedroom apartment back here in the good old city of Murfreesboro. So that will be nice. Be closer to everything. Now I can actually participate a little bit more in Puzzling Company, because we talked about it back at the beginning of this year, but, I stepped away because of my new role. And I still obviously participated in an episode or 2, but, it's not really, I wouldn't say worth it is the wrong word, but it's difficult when I work a lot and then the day I have off, I have to travel, I have to spend $20 in gas because I have a nice 2005 Ford F-150, which gets approximately 13 miles to the gallon. So, it made it difficult, and then I was obviously just busy with everything else going on. So, I'm excited to move back, and I think it's going to slow down a little bit once these games are launched and we got some things. So hopefully we can get back into the groove of some good old Puzzling Company, at least from my end.
Absolutely. I think my end too. I've just been so focused on getting this game up. We have a new traveling game called Hidden Creatures that's going to be traveling throughout the Southeast in the U.S. here for the summer, fall, and winter. If you want to check that out, it's hiddencreatures.com. Those are the big things that we have been putting the capital of our time into. And we're really proud of them. We're really excited about them. The first Hidden Creatures game launches a couple Sundays from now on Father's Day.
Yep.
June 18th here in Nashville. Really excited about that. But let's talk a little bit where we're wanting to go. Because this is where Zach and I started having this conversation. I was like, no. Like, let's have it. I said to Zach, let's get on and let's just talk about the future. And Zach, your response was?
No. So my reasoning behind this is that, from my perspective on it and potentially from some of the people listening, and I know we have a grateful audience of people that really appreciate what we do and they like listening to us. And I feel really bad and I apologize that we don't have more episodes for you guys because I genuinely enjoy doing this. It just, we've been very busy with other things and I've unfortunately had to put more of my time and effort into other things that I needed to do over kind of the podcast. And so with that, it's felt like in the last 2 years, we've made big announcements, right? So going into 2022, we talked about that we were going to do this big project on our website. We're going to remodel it. We're going to have basically, if you started noticing it a little bit, we were going to build an almanac. Basically, we're going to build our own huge guide to games. And we started it, got about a quarter into it, and stopped. And, we were like, oh, dang. And then we had a bunch of stuff happen in the escape rooms, which we've talked about before, where we had a whole remodel, restructure of our organization. And it took a lot of time and effort to kind of focus that to get it where it is now, where I think it's in a really good spot. But because of those things, we took a break then. And it felt like, wow, we did not meet the things that we had announced. And everyone that we talked to, felt understanding. They're like, hey, life happens and you don't get to do all the things you want to do sometimes. And you have to figure out what's priority. But, I'm always a person that I feel like if I keep announcing things and I don't hit it, it feels like I'm breaking promises. And it's not true what this fully is. It's not saying we guaranteed we'll do all the following things in the next year. If we don't, you can grab your pitchforks and stab us with them. But I just don't like setting up for disappointment. So that's my thing of in the last year when we did that. But then this year we talked about, we have the new flavor and we're going to have more episodes. And we're going to create potentially more content and we're going to do video and all this stuff. And it is June, 2nd?
Yeah, it's June 2nd.
And we've not done a video. And we did about
we made it
a few episodes in.
If you say this is June 6th, we ended at the end of March.
Yep.
Got a couple episodes out then. So no, it has it. If you're looking for a behind the curtain look, it has been frustrating.
Yeah.
To set all these goals and put time into something that you honestly care about, and then just see it kind of fizzle a little bit. Because for us, it's trying to create consistency. Trying to deliver a quality product to if there's 5 people or 500 people listening. Doesn't really matter to us. We're just trying to do that. But the thing that I differ from Zach on is I just think people enjoy being along for the ride.
Oh, sure.
And just trying to be honest about on the inside. If we live in a glass house, this is what we were going to do. It didn't work out. This is our next idea. It didn't work out. And that's what we're saying now is we're trying to move out of our current place where we record into a new place that is closer to home in one of our escape rooms here in town and get to a place where you can see our faces on the regular.
Yep.
So that's the next phase for us, and we're trying to figure that out while navigating everybody's schedules. And honestly, it feels like everybody's switching life phases right now.
Yeah,
is the hardest part, and that kind of takes priority over a project that everyone's passionate about but doesn't pay the bills.
No, true. And if you really think about it too, we got very lucky when we started Puzzling Company in terms of the timing and both of, originally just us two's our lives. I was kind of open, not really doing anything else. And, I wanted to do more, and we created Puzzling Company because we thought we talked about building a game. We were like, well, what if we became cheerleaders instead? And then we really enjoyed it. And that was my only focus was Puzzling Company and the few days I worked at the escape room, and outside that, I spent my own free time doing what I wanted. And, as obviously I've transitioned to a new role and, we focus on the new games and everything like that, it just clearly indicated oh, well, it's not the same anymore. We didn't have all that same free time where you and I weren't building a new game. We weren't doing this. We were just doing these things. And now we're trying to do a huge remodel and a rebranding. And we've built 2 new games. We're going to build potentially another third. And, we've restructured our entire organization. We're trying to do this and that. So there's a lot of really exciting stuff going on in our lives. It's just, unfortunately, for Puzzling Company's sake, we've kind of, had to drop the ball a little bit on it to focus on our priorities, which is really sad too, because, we had this conversation the other day. I still obviously look in the Puzzle People group, and I realized I'm not really in it anymore. I don't communicate.
Yeah, I'm not super active, yeah.
But I still love enjoying reading in there and seeing what people are up to and, seeing new games and stuff. But I realize, it's disappointing because I'm oh, I want to play that new game, but I'm I don't have time. Or, Jared's busy, so we really don't have, like, we have 2 games right now that we really want to play that we have
Absolutely.
sitting.
Let's talk about that for a minute. Like, we've literally have the Medusa project sitting here pre-Kickstarter, thanks to Rude. And we also have, I don't know what it is. All I know is that it's from Josh at Odes Unbox, and I messaged him, and he's like, it's a surprise. And I'm like, I don't know that I can have my heart ripped out on a surprise. Like, I don't know if I have the emotional capacity right now to play through whatever this game is.
I am very interested to see what it is, because, like I said, we both are kind of differing on what it might actually be about, because, you know, Josh and I and Jared have all talked separately about different things about it, but then I got messages being like, hey, there's a gift for Jared that was sent to him. Do you know if he's gotten it? And I was like, I'm not sure. And then finally he got in contact with Jared, found out he had it. And Jared's like, oh, he told us that we could play together. So I'm like, I don't know if it's a game involving us again.
I have no idea.
Or if it's just a random game. Like, but it says that it's for a loved one. So I'm very intrigued to open it up and try it.
I'm very intrigued. And then there's still a host of other things. Like I saw today, June 2nd, that Jack Fallows posted that he's doing a huge sale.
Oh, that's cool.
Of all of his some original artwork, some stuff like that, just to make a little side hustle cash until his big book project comes out. So it's like, yeah, like I feel like I'm a lurker, and I want to be more participatory, but right now I need to be a lurker. Yeah. And that kind of stinks. There's been video games that have come out that I'm like, oh, we should be playing this and talking about this, and some really cool stuff too. So all of this is to say, you know, we're not coming back. I wouldn't say before August, but August, I would love out of the blue to show up on your feed in video form, and still in the podcast. We'll still be on all of wherever you listen to your podcast. But bring in a new wave of what we do here and of how we get our reviews and our thoughts to you about games back out to you. But it was just really on my heart, and I messaged Zach earlier. I was like, hey, you want to come record an episode about all this? He was like, yeah, okay, well, we could make that happen. It just feels good to be here talking with you.
No, this is the first time we've recorded or I've recorded an episode at least in
long time.
Like, 3 months probably.
Yeah. So message of all of this is thanks for being patient with us. If you can hang on a little bit longer, we should be back. I'm not going to say bigger and better, but I'm going to say stronger and in pixelated color.
Okay.
So if you could be ready for that, and then we'll be doing some fun stuff. You got anything fun coming up you want to talk about?
Fun. House sitting for you.
Puzzling related.
I was like, yeah. So my favorite puzzle is taking care of Jared's house while he's gone on vacation. No, I mean, puzzling wise, no. I know we have the hidden creature stuff. That's kind of exciting in terms of like puzzly, you know, in our category of like a travel, you know, outdoor escape room scavenger hunt. But no, I don't have anything new. I mean, I'm excited to play Medusa Report and Josh's game that we have, you know, hopefully soon that you and I can kind of sit down and play that, or with the other two, with Matthew and Hunter at some point. It'd be really fun. I don't know if you saw, but Spencer BB sent us a message about we might be looking at playing a finished Lost in the Shuffle, which would be really cool. But yeah, there's a lot of opportunities for things coming up soon. I'm excited. The only other updates I've thought about doing is joking with this, letting them all know what we've been up to outside of that. It's like, I got 2 tattoos. People don't know that, which I never thought I'd have tattoos really before. And then I have 2 now.
You're an addict.
Yeah, I want to get more. I want a lot more, actually. But money is one thing. And second is giving myself enough break in between tattoos so I'm not awkwardly showering and sleeping all the time.
That's fair.
Because it is awkward when you have tattoos certain areas.
I don't know much about it, but watching you, there's a lot of maintenance that happens early on.
Oh, yeah. The first month is very important. Well, yeah. There's a lot of steps to it. But yeah, the first month is really important. Then after that, you still take care of it a lot. So, but it's nice having them. So if you have tattoos out there, shout out to you because they're cool. So
we had discussed Zach renting out part of his and what it would cost to like put a Puzzling Company logo or a Murfreesboro Escape Rooms logo.
A lot of money.
Yeah. So just know that Zach's body is available. At the right price.
I guess.
Is what was communicated to me. The only thing I would say is I'm heading to Gen Con for the first time.
Yes.
Not as a part of Puzzling Company, just as someone who loves board games.
Jared. As Jared.
Just as Jared. But if anybody's going to be up there, there's some really cool stuff. There is some escape games there.
Yep.
that are going to be cool. Our friends Chris and Ann Lukeman are putting on what can be described as a 90-minute RPG puzzle putt-putt game.
Yep.
So, of course, I'm signed up for that, and I'm looking forward to that. There's True Dungeon. Again, I'm obviously looking forward to stuff that would be more appropriate to cover on this podcast, but I'm going to go just kind of soak it all in, see what it's about, and then I hope in the future that that's something that Puzzling Company can cover as an event on the regular. And then the last shout out I think I'd want to give is we need to talk about Recon.
Yes.
Recon is coming up here in a little under 3 months. It is digital again in the way that it started this past year. It was in Boston. Zach and I attended that. We got to talk about that on the show. It was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
This year, they are coming back in a digital form, and this much more suits our audience. Our creators will be there. More of our creators will be there. This is a chance to play games, meet people, build community in the way that we feel more comfortable with as at-home puzzle and mystery games. So check that out. There are really great different levels of tickets. There's free tickets.
Yep.
There are some upgraded tickets. Find what suits you, but show up to this event. It is going to be a lot of fun. This is a place where Zach and I have made contacts that have established us professionally.
Yep.
Moving forward. So definitely come check that out. We'll be talking about more. We may try to drop an episode here and there during the summer, not like in our traditional way, but just to say, hey. But yeah, we miss you all. Thank you for the creators that have messaged us in the downtime, for our listeners that have messaged us in the downtime, asking us questions. We're still getting emails from our cameo in what was the specific name of that game? Oh, it's killing. I can't think of it right now, but I still see emails come through where we were mentioned as like a fake ad. And
yeah.
I still see emails come through about that. To shout out to all of that. So that's really gonna wrap us up. Zach, you got any concluding thoughts?
No, thank you for everyone for listening. Excited to be back, hopefully sooner than later. But yeah, hopefully you'll get to see us a little bit more in audio, but also potentially in picture.
Cool. All right. Well, for Puzzling Company, this has been Jared and Zach. We will see you at some unordained point in the future.
Yes. See you guys.
Thanks for listening. Find us on social media at Puzzling Company and online at puzzlingcompany.com. Check back weekly for new episodes. Until next time, keep puzzling.